Hello, my name is Caden. This is Castle Tula Jerome Defense Network. If you know anything about my channel, I've been on my channel for a while, and you'll know this. However, if you're relatively new and you haven't seen my videos before, what I do is I don't teach you how to squeeze a trigger. Anybody can teach you how to squeeze a trigger. I am more interested in what you say on YouTube, how you say it, how you convey yourself, and how to defend yourself after a justified shooting. Now, this video was recorded on June 13th, and I don't think I'll be able to get it on YouTube for a while. So, I mean, we're discussing George Zimmerman and how the George Zimmerman case should be a little bit of a cue on how the government is going to go after you if they feel that it's a non-justified shoot. Again, let's back up a little bit. Some of you guys post really extraordinarily, profoundly stupid things on the internet. I mean, it just boggles my mind on what stupid stuff you guys will say on the internet. Whether it is in a YouTube video or on Facebook making comments, being a troll, guess what? I've told you in the past that if there is a shooting of any kind and you're involved, they're going to go to your YouTube page. They're going to go to your Facebook, your emails, your comments, whatever you're doing, and they're going to find out. What I didn't know when I was saying that at that time, you know, over the past 18 months I've been saying this, but we have just recently found that the federal government and the NSA are copying everything that you guys do, say, visit, whatever you guys are doing. They are storing it in a little database, probably in Utah or at Fort Meade, and they're copying it. Now, we can go over, I mean, President Obama, granted, this originally started with George Bush, granted, but the way that President Obama has used information in the past and how the IRS is doing their thing and the intimidation with the AP and Fox News and the IRS and Benghazi, they like to hide stuff from the American people. And there was also a report on how President Obama's campaign used Facebook information to target voters and give them a call to get them out to vote. Well, I'm not so thoroughly convinced that they didn't use the NSA database to get what they were doing, to achieve their own objectives. Guys, it is extraordinarily more important to be reasonable on the internet instead of being a jackhole, making troll comments, saying stupid things, putting stupid videos on the internet, using provocative language. The First Amendment is very important. However, you need to mitigate it against what the NSA, what the federal government is going to be taking upon you, because if they want to take you out, all they need to do is go to the database to see where you are. They're recording metadata with your phone calls, showing your GPS position, who you're calling, that kind of thing, and the direction. And you could be guilty of association. Like me, you know, President Obama and his Chicago cronies and some of the people that he associated with, the press says that it's okay. In my opinion, it's not, because guess what? He is basically acting like a tyrant in the White House. Now, how do you control a tyrant? Well, not stating stupid things over the over YouTube. You know, I've already given it plenty of thought. I considered firing Google and not going on YouTube, going to Vimeo. You know, I'm not exactly sure if this channel is going to keep on going just because of how the government is data mining everything. Okay, it used to be in the past that they would need a warrant, go into your home and seize it. Now all they need to do is go into your file to see if anything is there. How dangerous is that? If they want to target you, all they need to do is go into your database to find something wrong to charge you with something. It doesn't have, I mean, even when you talk, you don't know that you may be saying something wrong, saying something illegal. The perfect example is I've given in the past is I have a truck driver buddy of mine who was talking on his cell phone, and a cop pulled him over, and the cop asked him, "Were you talking on your phone?" And the dumbass said yes. You just shut your pie hole. You don't admit to any kind of crime. And then the cop asked him a second benign question. Who were you talking to? That innocent, polite question could have given you just below a $10,000 fine, from like a $2,700 fine for his first offense. And if he would have said, I was talking to his company, his dispatcher, it would have been around between a $9,000 to $10,000 fine, compared to just under a $3,000 fine by talking to his wife. Those are, police officers and the federal government know how to trap you into make you admit that you're creating the crime. Data mining, I will bet you anything, most anything, that they will be using this database if they want to charge you with something. It's just ridiculous. So again, the stuff that you say on YouTube, Facebook, the comments that you leave on other pages, the little trolls that the little trolls that just go out on trolling people and saying absolutely stupid stuff may bite you in the ass. As little as a month ago, I was getting every once in a while, you're just a conspiracy theorist and you're just some kind of a nut job. They won't go after you. Even though that I know in divorce cases, they have been going after people. The lawyers have been going after the significant other because of what stuff that they put on Facebook and YouTube. Look at that guy in New Jersey who gave his gun, his young son, a brand new AR-22, and CPS came after him. I mean, this goes on and on. There's just a bunch of sheeple out there that get nervous at something, and boom, all it needs to be done is making this stupid Facebook comment. Recently, there was this guy who was working at a bank, and he and this other woman was up for the same promotion, and the woman kept on calling his son a retard, and he had some kind of mental issues, mental capacity issues, and she kept calling him a retard. And one day, while they were at each other's cubicle, he gave her a phone call and said, hey, stop calling my son a retard, okay? A couple days later, a bunch of ATF and police officers stormed his home like at midnight, and saying that he threatened to shoot everybody at the workplace. And guess what? He was in jail for like 6 weeks, and now it's coming out that that one lady is backing off because she got the promotion and not him, and she's starting to get into trouble. And this was all precipitated because he used to talk about him being owning guns. You can't, people that you work with, you need to be cautious with. I mean, I can give you scenario after scenario after scenario about saying stupid things on the internet. James Yeager, I think he's a great teacher, but when he said several months ago that when President Obama may have used fiat to limit certain guns, he said on the internet that some people, if President Obama does that, some people need to be shot. Guess what happened to him? He got in a media storm that he hasn't fully gotten out of, and the state of Tennessee pulled his concealed carry weapons permit, whatever they call it in that state, for a few months. He now has it back after how many $1,000s in lawyers' bills? Oh, I'm not sure. So you really need to mitigate what you think is your First Amendment right and what the government will believe to you being a nut job. You need to mitigate it in some certain aspects. So again, stop saying, texting stupid things on the internet that may get you in trouble. If you are in a justified shoot, guess what? They're going to be using that against you in a court of law to make you look like a nut job. Stop doing it. My name is Caden. This is Caden's. What channel is this? I have a few channels. Home Defense Network. Adios.